What if I told you that there was a horror movie slash revenge love story and also a superhero film that sparked the many dark action movies that we watch today? And it wasn't even a Marvel or DC film. Today we're going to review the 1994 film The Crow. So sit back, relax, grab your Nokia phone, your popcorn, soda, and let's head back to the 90s to watch this amazing retro film. Before we deep dive into this review, I would like to give you some background for this film. The Crow was a comic book series from 1989 to 1999, made by James O'Barr. After having a tragic event happen in his life by losing his fiancée in a drunk driver accident, his way of grieving after her death was writing comic books. So, The Crow was born. Many movie deals were struck with O'Barr, but he declined almost all of them until one deal that he made he agreed with. And so The Crow was now on its way to become a film. Now it just needed the perfect actor to play the Crow. Many actors were picked for this role, but the late Brandon Lee became the perfect match. Sadly, though, tragedy struck while on the set filming. Brandon Lee was accidentally shot by a blank in the abdomen, wounding him and sending him to the hospital, where he later died during surgery. After his death, everyone was hurt by it, having to put the movie on hiatus, but was able to come back and finish the film for Brandon Lee. Since you know some background leading up to this movie and during this movie, let's first discuss the plot. This story takes place in Detroit on Halloween night, but in the film called Devil's Night. Our antagonist Kingpin, Top Dollar, orders his henchmen to kill and cause chaos around the city. And through this terror, the soon-to-be wed couple becomes their random victims for the night, both dying. A year passes as a crow picks on the grave of Eric Draven, our soon-to-be protagonist, and is magically resurrected, coming back to life, remembering all the pain and torture him and his fiancée had went through. Eric's resurrection. He goes back home to give himself a new look and goes to hunt down the henchmen one by one, while also remembering moments of his life with him and his fiancée, using those moments and her death to fuel him to keep fighting, while also having to trust others and to reunite with old friends. While all this is going on, Top Dollar slowly figures out that Eric is powered by his crow. So Top Dollar comes up with a plan to kill the crow and Eric at the same time. But with the help of Eric's allies and his newfound powers, he is able to defeat Top Dollar and the rest of the gang, but not without leaving with scars and wounds of his own. Realizing that his mission is over and is completed, he heads back to his grave, where he sees his love once again, and they embrace, putting him back in the grave. After hearing me talk about the plot summary, you're probably wondering, what do I think about this movie? Honestly, I love it. In the beginning, I never thought I would like this movie. I just thought it was some cringy 90s superhero film that's just like all the other ones. But I was wrong. This film is amazing. 8 out of 10 in my opinion, with this perfect written dialogue, cool action scenes, and so many cool shots that give me a Batman or Daredevil vibe. The only negatives I have for this film is they really don't dive in that much into the villain's backstory or purpose. He's usually a one-note villain. Also how the Crow, aka Eric, gains a new ability towards the very end, making his opponent feel the same pain that him and his fiancée felt. That scene felt kind of off to me, but it was a cool moment, but that gives it no excuse for it being kind of a random moment in the film. But as any great movie that has a good release, there's always a plan for a sequel on the way. In my opinion, you can just watch this movie The Crow and not think about any of the other sequels or TV show that happen. The movies that come after this, as well as the shows, do not even compare to what this movie has to offer. Also, the reboot that's coming soon, maybe, or whenever it releases. Anyway, I highly suggest you watch this film and watch an amazing movie at work with an amazing director and a perfect actor at work.